Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday morning, the start of a brand new week. And it's so good to have your company. Now, in the beginning of a relationship, what you decide to share about yourself can be used to build a strong connection and trust between two people. But as time passes and responsibilities and roles change, especially with the addition of children, the secrets we decide to keep from or tell our children will have a strong impact on all the family dynamics involved.
That's right. So today we're asking, should our children know all about the family secrets? What do we need to consider when we do decide to share this information? That's why we have our relationship expert, Dr. Eve.
Hi.
She's in the building, and she's here to help us discuss this hot topic. And our lines are, of course, they are open. So feel free to call us. That number is 021-430-9881. And with your questions or comments, you're welcome to engage with us. It's a safe space, so stay anonymous if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Yeah, welcome back, Dr. Eve. I know that you had a
Thank
very long trip out overseas, but
Yes.
we're glad to have you here. Let's first talk about the effects of holding a secret for both an individual as well as, from your partner, as an individual and also as a couple. If you're withholding secrets, what's going on inside you?
So what you're saying is, let's start out with the couple before we bring in the children.
Yes,
That's
let's
what
do
you'd
that.
like
Let's
to
do
do.
that, yeah.
So as you were saying, when a couple first meet each other, they always put their best foot forward and they don't always want to reveal some kind of secrets, which is a bad thing. Don't keep the secrets.
Yeah.
Because they're going to come out at some point or another.
Let them all out.
Let them all out. But only when you really feel that there's something significant going on in this relationship. This person is going to be trusted. He's not going to, or she's not going to throw things back in your face. All the usual things that we look for in terms of red flags when we first meet somebody. And then slowly you will reveal and disclose secrets when you feel safe enough to be able to do that. Let's look at some of the big secrets that couples hold back from each other. It may be debt, that I have been in debt or I am in debt. Also could be prison record, that I have a criminal record. I have an addiction, I have some kind of drug or alcohol addiction, because we don't usually feel proud. They're usually secrets that we feel embarrassed or shameful about, that we keep back from telling this person, because we don't want this person to be judging us. Because normally we do judge people without really knowing them, but the minute that there is something which is seen to be outside of the norm, we judge them and then we're afraid we're going to lose this person. But think about that, the other side of that. Once you do get into a relationship of more significance and the person discovers, and they will discover, that there is some kind of a secret that you've been withholding, the lack of trust is so much more of a burden to carry than taking the risk and telling somebody up front, first of all, this is really what's going on in my family, or I am adopted, or I actually have a suicide in my family. Things that society says is shameful. It really is a matter of you coming to terms, first of all, with your own secrets, and then to be able to feel, I can share this. So that's within the couple relationship, where you want to hold some kind of safety before you bring in children into it. That's a very important thing. And then there are different secrets once you have children, and we'll talk about what those different secrets are once children come along, and how do we manage them. But it's first to establish the foundation of, okay, all the secrets are out. But you know what, Kat? I mean, there is a contentiousness around it, because people also feel there's a right to privacy. So how do you balance the two?
We'll touch on that very shortly, and also reflect on the poll that you put up on Twitter to find out what people think happens when you keep these secrets. Are they protective of the children? Are they harmful to the children? Or are you perhaps unsure? And so we'll keep our lines open as well for you to contact us, right?
That's right. So the question we're asking is, should our children know all the family secrets? What do we need to consider when we do decide to share that with us? So do give us a call, 021-430-9881.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Can you see how
I can tell you that we are involved in very, very interesting conversation. We're talking about secrets in family dynamics especially, and when it might be the right time to share family secrets with the children, or when it might not be healthy to do so. Give us a call on 021-430-9881.
That's right, and if you want to stay anonymous, feel free to do so. Now, Dr. Eve, what are some of the secrets that children get exposed to in families?
Right, so let's talk about the three different kinds of secrets that exist. We talk about individual secrets. That would be like a teenager having a romance with somebody, but not wanting to share it with the rest of the family because they're scared that they'll be mocked or that they will be teased. or one parent having an affair. That would be an individual secret that the individual keeps to themselves in the family. But there's so much tension that they carry that the whole family is affected by this, and they feel the tension that somebody's holding a secret, but they don't know what it is. Then we talk about internal family secrets. And this is a very dangerous kind of family secret where, for example, the dad will go to one of the children and say, you know, I just want to give you a heads up. I'm thinking of divorcing your mom. But don't tell mom or don't tell any of the other siblings. And this creates a subgroup and it creates an alliance, a very destructive and toxic environment for the child to be holding such a big secret. That's a very dangerous kind of secret. Then we have what's called shared family secrets, which are also really damaging to the whole family. That would be where one of the parents, for example, is an alcoholic. But there is an understanding, whether it's said or unsaid, we do not share this with anybody outside of the family.
Yes.
So everybody knows in the family, kids come home and they know that, for example, mom's suffers depression, mom's in bed every afternoon, but they're not allowed to tell grandparents or family friends or their own friends. And what happens to these kids is that they become socially isolated because they hold such a big family secret. They don't let anyone else into the house because they're afraid mom or dad may be too drunk or mom may be too depressed, or the fact that dad is having an affair and the whole family knows about it, but they're not allowed to tell about it, or that there was an adoption that's happened, or that dad has another child that comes to visit weekends, but they're not allowed to tell anybody outside. And this is incredibly toxic and destructive, not only to the child, but to the whole family. Or the obvious one is when there's abuse that's happening in the family, and no one tells about it. No one's allowed to tell about it. And the damage that causes is enormous.
Well, Dr. Eve, what is the next step for a family that's in a situation like that?
You know, there is so much shame and sense of it's my fault that they keep silent. And I think it's very important for us, and especially we have a responsibility here, to let people know that these kinds of secrets are very toxic. And I would like people to reach out to professionals to get support, either to a private practitioner that you know about or an organization, an NGO that you know about, that can really help you to understand that this secret is something which is not useful to you as an individual, and that you need to talk to somebody about it because of the harm. So I really would recommend that you reach out to organizations, and I'm sure if you calling Expresso, they will give you the names of some organizations that you can be calling to help you to talk about it. It's very harmful to be holding these secrets.
Some very valuable insights. Thank you very much, Dr. Eve. We're going to ask you to stay with us a little bit longer while we keep our lines open. 0214309881. We'll be back with Dr. Eve shortly.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Monday morning. Dr. Eve is in the house, and of course, it's relationship talk. We're talking about secrets within the family. In fact, on Facebook, you'll see we've got a beautiful picture of Dr. Eve.
Hi!
And we asked here, when should we involve children in big marital issues or family secrets? Do you have any personal experiences in this? Please share them with us. Then, Zelani says here, I think when they are matured enough to understand. We'll get a bit into that in a second. Selena says, no, I don't think that is an option to tell children our problems, as we are the adults and we must solve them without them knowing. That's another way of looking at it. Bulelwa says, I think when my 15-year-old boy will understand. Well, I'm assuming she's saying here that at 15 years old, her boy will understand. And we were asking a question during the break. Is there just a time when there are things that children are not supposed to know?
Kat, I really believe that children need to be protected from intermarital stories. I do not believe that a child needs to know that a parent has had an affair or is having an affair. I do not believe that a child needs to know right from get-go that the child has had an abusive or traumatic family history themselves. I think there's age appropriateness, and this is what the literature shows as well, that perhaps when the child is older, to be able to say, this is the reason why I was such a harsh parent, is because I myself was really beaten up when I was younger, or I had a father who was absent, or I had a mother who was absent, or I really suffered enormous sexual abuse from when I was younger.
Yeah.
But you have to really look at the age appropriateness of it, and also the security that you're giving the child in order to get them to hear the secret. Because children wonder, why is it that I have a mother who's always angry, or is always weepy, or a dad who just seems to be grumpy all the time? And when they get to an age where they can understand, well, this is why, there is an ability to develop empathy for that parent. And understanding of like, okay, now I get it. Doesn't mean to say, it's not that, it doesn't mean that I'm exonerated from feeling the pain of the trauma that I had, but I have some empathy now for my own parent, understanding that they came from a really difficult environment themselves.
Wow, I didn't think about it that way. The age appropriateness and the ability of the child to develop empathy for the situation and not, you know, for instance, feel isolated and not know what to do with the information.
Exactly.
Like the secret is out, but what do I do with this
Exactly
information, which could be damning?
Yeah, exactly right.
Dr. Eve, some parting advice for families that are potentially dealing with those secrets right now?
Yeah, I really think that it's important, if there is this internal family story going on, please to reach out. And even if you're a child and you're caught up in this internal family secret, please reach out to organizations like FAMSA, like Childline, like Rape Crisis. Talk to somebody else, even if you can't get out of it. And I know it's really difficult. You're going to feel like you're betraying your family. But you as a child have a right to be protected.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we're going to check in on the poll that you put up on Twitter very shortly, but we'll also keep our lines open. 021 430 9881. Give us a call to chat to Dr. Eve.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, we are continuing our conversation with Dr. Eve. It's all about the confessions. We're asking the question, which secrets, or are you supposed to share those secrets with your children? And of course, Dr. Eve with us for one final moment. Our lines are open. It's 021 430 9881. We actually have a caller on the line right now, Dr. Eve. Neil from Cape Town. Good morning. Hello, Neil.
Neil.
If you're there, Neil. Okay, we're going to try and get a hold of Neil, but for now, maybe let's take a look at the results from our Twitter poll.
Let's do that, yes. Dr. Eve asked you what you think about keeping secrets from the children. Is it harmful? Is it protective of the children? 50% of you said that you think it's harmful. 20% said it's protective. But surprisingly, 30% of people say that they're not sure.
I like that,
They're not sure. True reflection of
Yeah.
how kind of unstable this makes a person. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It makes you very unsure. You
Exactly.
don't know when is the right time and when they might be able to understand the children if you were to divulge certain
Yeah.
secrets from them. But I think what we've certainly
Yeah.
understood is that keeping secrets in general is no.
Is
Okay,
no.
that's a no-go.
Yeah, but let's also get you to ask a few questions before you just do the big reveal to your children, because
Yeah.
we do want to be protective towards our children.
Absolutely.
Is you want to ask who is benefiting from the reveal of the the confession of the secret. Is there any benefit to your child to tell?
Wow.
And what would the benefit be to the child if you do actually do the reveal of the big confession? Some things, as I said earlier, like an affair, I really don't believe is good. Some things, also what comes to mind is because we know, for example, like marijuana is now legal in our country.
Yeah.
Is it useful to say to your child, well, you know, back in the day, I was like smoking daka? Is that something you want to tell your child, or do you think it'll be something that your child's going to pick up and say, okay, this is cool for me to be able to do it, and also because it's legal in our country? So how much do you tell?
So
Well, it's been decriminalized.
Decriminalized.
Decriminalized. It says that way. It's been decriminalized. So how much do you tell? You know, if your child says, well, how many sexual partners did you have before you got married to dad or to mom? Do you really want to be telling them that? Or do you and dad still have sex? Is it something you still want to be telling your child?
Just
You know?
sweat down the side of your...
Right.
Let's quickly divert, Dr. Eve. We've got
Yes.
Neil back on the
Okay,
line. Good morning, Neil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, what's your comment or question for Dr. Eve this morning?
No, I just agree with Doc that it's not appropriate or it's any helpful for children to hear any family secret, especially when it's negative. Because me and my two siblings grew up without our mother. My father was small, very small. And we asked the question why, and no one actually told us. They just said, no, but we have a very bad mother, and, you know, she's not good for us and all of that. It's only when we are all grown-ups that we actually confronted our mother and said, no, but she was in a very abusive relationship with my father.
Yeah.
And she actually showed us all the scars on her head and on her body where he used to break his guitar over her head and almost killed her a couple of times. So when he got paralyzed, she just left him, and that was probably her only way to escape him, because he was almost killed and he left him paralyzed, and that's when she left the house. But we only find that out when we were grown up, because the bad vibes that we had, and we hated our mother for abandoning us, but we never knew why.
Sure.
And aunties never told us why. Families never told us why. He never told us why. It's only when we were grown up that our mother actually told us, this is the story. And so for to tell kids anything, it's most of the time not the whole story. Let the kids rather make up their minds when they're grown up and decide, listen, what was this whole thing all about, and then have emotions or whatever. But to grow up hating your mother for something you really doesn't have a whole story, but I think it can spread to any kid. So just keep it among the grown-ups, and let the kid then decide when he's mature enough to handle all that information, what he will believe,
Yeah.
Because still today, I'm 44 years old, I still don't have a relationship with my mother. Okay. And but we understand, but we were from our childhood of having a relationship with her without knowing the whole full story. And today my father passed, and both me and my two sisters, we don't have a healthy relationship still with my mother, because we never grew up with her, and then as a child you grow up hating your mother.
Yeah.
So you rather keep it among the adults.
Neil, thank you very much for opening up and sharing that with us. That's
share.
profound and really amazing of you to do that.
That's a big share. Yeah, the number of elements that come up with Neil, and again, there's no right or wrong answer, is there? Neil saying that as a child didn't get to hear the real reason why.
Yeah.
And we know children have got incredible imaginations.
Yeah.
And they create.
They've got that intuitive, they know.
Yeah, but also they create stories around what did happen to mom. But they're also hearing mom was bad, mom was bad, mom was bad. And here you can hear the beginning development of some empathy.
Yeah.
Mom really was really ill, emotionally ill, that she was so abusive towards him, and now understanding why mom was cut off from their lives, whereas before, why has mom just been taken away from us, not understanding. So there's like a delicate balance between the timing of when do we really tell this child what was the real story about mom, that actually mom was taken away from you, or we kept her away because it was protective towards you. And maybe being able to find that balance of being able to say, your mom really cared for you, but wasn't able to be good for you, so that Neil would understand.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that call, Neil. We do appreciate it. And unfortunately, we've run out of time.
Okay,
but we look forward to another engaging conversation with you, Dr. Eve. Next week, we're going to take a break. But until next time, thanks, babe.